Hello everyone, welcome to today's podcast. My name is Muhammad Malik Dirgantaryo Gusaradiardi, and today we are going to dive into a topic that's getting a lot of attention in the industrial world right now. Smart manufacturing and how Industry 4.0 is reshaping factory operation as a whole. We'll also explore IoT, automation, and the tech that are shaping the future of manufacturing. Before we get into the main discussion, I want to highlight that the smart manufacturing isn't just a trend. It's becoming a strategic requirement for companies that want to stay competitive. Technology is evolving quickly, and digital transformation has become the backbone of data-driven decision making. Today, we're joined by our four guests, all experts in their respective fields. They'll be with us for the next 30 minutes to explore smart manufacturing and Industry 4.0, from technical implementation to long-term impact. First, we have Satria Mayorga Prabowo, Head of Digital Division at Johnson Corporation. Next is Ardias Rahelia, Engineering Manager at Yellowstone Corporation. And then we have Rifki Alhamid, a consultant specializing in automation and IoT. And the last one we have Afrizal Nur Hafiz, a lecturer and researcher in IoT and Industry 4.0. Okay, now let's start by discussing the foundation of smart manufacturing and Industry 4.0. For that, we'll talk with Mayorga Satria Prabowo. Mayorga, good evening. First, many companies say that they want to adopt smart manufacturing, but most still don't know what they actually need or what to pay attention to. Based on your experience, what key elements must a factory have before it can be considered smart? Is it the sensors, data integration, or better process management?
Okay, thanks Malik. In my experience, the most important things is jumping straight into advanced technology. The priority is making sure the data flow work well. A factory can be considered smart when every process general that's sent in the real time and the data is actually used for decision on making. Hardware like sensor, automation system, and dashboard are just tools. What really matters is the ability to monitor production, to continuously and turn this information into real action.
That's a great point. But before we go further, many companies think that the more sensors they install, the smarter their factory become. Do you think that's true?
Not necessarily. More sensor don't automatically make a factory smart. What's really matter is how the data is managed. We have seen factories with lots of sensor, but data is processed well, so it end up being us less. The value lies in how the data is organized and analyzed.
And when we talk about the data quality, which part of the process has the biggest impact on how good the data turns out?
Data quality itself is the foundation. Even if you have high-end sensor or advanced analysis, if the data is messy, unstable, incomplete, or noise, the result won't be good. So the foundation is clean and consistent data.
And how can a company know whether they're ready for digitalization or transitioning into smart manufacturing?
In the companies I've worked with, we usually run a digital readiness assessment. We check if administrative process are digital, if production record are consistent, and if their network is strong enough to support real-time monitoring. These are the basic indicator of readiness.
And in your experience, has there ever been a case where the data directly help make an important decision?
Absolutely. One example, one of our medicine saw a slight change in vibration patterns. Is once broken yet, but the system detected something unusual. When we checked, the bearing was starting to wear out. Our techniques did a small fix and prevents a much bigger breakdown.
And what's the biggest challenge company usually face when starting a smart manufacturing?
The biggest challenge is integrating with other systems. Manufacturers still as machines that are over 10 years old without full digital text, so they need adapter or external sensor. Another challenge is change work mindsets to become more data driven.
Thank you, Mayorga. That was very insightful. Now, let's move to someone who sees the impact directly on the production line. We go to Rahelia. Rahelia, many production process used to rely heavily on manual work. And then automation and IoT came in and changed things. From your experience working on site, what's the biggest change you have seen and where does it happen?
From what I've seen, the biggest change is in quality inspection. It used to be manual, which math is prone to error. Now, we are using AI-based inspection system that can detect even the small defect. This significantly reduces scrap rates and speed up inspection because it happens directly on the production line. AI also help use discover defect pattern that manual check could never check.
Of efficiency, what metric showed the clearest improvement?
OEE or overall equipment effectiveness has improved across the board. Availability is better because downtime is reduced. Performance is more stable and quality improved because fewer products get rejected. Production costs even go down because material usage become more efficient thanks to real-time monitoring.
And which work process changed the most after everything became digital?
The biggest shift is in decision making. Managers used to wait hours for manual report. Now, dashboard update every minute, so decision can be made instantly. Continuous improvement also becomes easier because we use real data instead of assumption. Operators become more proactive because they have clear and reliable information.
Okay, great insight, Rahelia. Now let's talk about audits and common field challenge with our third speakers, Rifki Alhamid. Rifki, with so many IoT devices available today, which one do you consider essential for a successful transition into a smart manufacturing?
Each time, presence sensor and current sensor are among the most critical. They provide early warning to prevent mechanics failures. On-site data processing devices are also important because they speed up data analysis. Control devices like PLCs and industrial gateway are becoming standard because they allow modernizing without replacing old mechanisms.
Where do the biggest weakness usually happen during audits?
Just like what Mayorga mentioned, data management is the main issue. Manufacturers store data in different formats without standards. with house organized data depend analysis isn't possible. We often feel important data like downtime or history that never get used simple because the team doesn't know how to interpret it.
And what common mistake do companies make when starting digital transformation?
A big mistake is buying expensive equipment with facing internal processing first. Automation will only make chaos happen faster in the workflow isn't standard pieces. And again that the should be valuable often goes unsaid because teams don't manage or understand it properly.
And what is the most realistic step companies can take in the first 3 or 6 months?
Did production record first, clean up the data, make a simple dashboard, and train the team to make database decision. Only then start adding IoT sensor and the function network and data security they often overlooked by extremely important.
Talking about data security, is it often forgotten?
Very often, manufacturers install sensor but don't secure their networks. On that level, the mechanism, the risk increase, components net, separate industrial network, encryption and monitoring for every connected device.
Okay, thank you very much, Rifki. Now, let's look into the future of Industry 4.0 with our final speaker, Afrizal Nur Hafiz. Afrizal, looking 5 or even 10 years ahead, which technology do you think will have the biggest impact on the industry?
Thank you Malik for having me. Based on record development in automation in IoT, I believe AI that's directly connected to production processes will be the biggest driver. AI will act on the brain, automatically managing what the system needs. Digital twins will also grow in important because they let companies simulate thousands of scenarios before making real change.
And how does the shift from just collecting data to predicting with AI change factory operation?
With AI prediction, factories can prevent issues before they happen. Operator can add earlier shifting from reactive to preventive workflow. Add-ons choose highlight problem it can recommend solution, giving operators stronger decision-making support.
Which part of the workforce will change the fastest?
Maintenance team, their work will focus more on software, dashboard, and data analysis. Understanding sensor log and data interpretation becomes key. Operators will also shift roles not just in running machine but monitoring that, reading patterns, and responding to AI-generated alerts.
And what about collaboration between companies? Will that change too?
Definitely, industries will become more integrated. Production that won't stay inside the company. I will flow to suppliers, distributor, and even customer in real time. Supply chains will be more transparent and collaborative. But human resource remain and the deciding factor. Technology and can be both, but the skill to us must be developed continuously. New roles like that engineer and industrial analysis will be in high demand.
Okay, Afrizal, that's a very important point. At the end of the day, human capability determines whether the technology succeeds. Thank you, Afrizal, for sharing your insight. Well, we've reached the end of today's podcast. We hope this conversation not only provides new insight, but also encourage companies to reflect on their digital readiness. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that needs commitment, patience, and a clear plan. Throughout this episode, we've heard so many valuable ideas from the foundation of smart manufacturing, its real impact on production, practical steps for starting digital transformation, all the way to the future of IoT in Industry 4.0. Thank you to all of our speakers, Mayurga, Rahelia, Rifki, and Afrizal, for their thoughtful explanation. Hopefully, today's discussion become a guide for anyone looking to start or accelerate their journey toward smart manufacturing. See you and thank you.